This is the personal audio log of Commander TSC, dated July 26th, 2015. Well, there are not all that many people left to talk to. So I thought to myself, why not record my very thoughts? Haven't done this kind of thing ever since the first war ended. Better late than never. Yeah, I have pretty much decided to make several of these entries, which I will refer to them as, over the course of the next couple of days. It is all a race against time now. No further point in writing reports, organizing files, or scheduling important events. By now, most of the personnel, even the low-class workers, are aware of the very fact that there is absolutely nothing left we can do to stop them. It certainly is a strange feeling, alright. Here I am, sitting within my chair, counting down the hours. And once time's up, it'll be the end of the world. Yet I am going to be the only one who will survive. Can I really do it? Just step into the machine and bid them all farewell like that? Everyone knows what is at stake here, of course. Nevertheless, though, they are all ready to die. Capable of letting me go without hesitation, second thoughts, or anything really. It amazes me. Bradford, Dr. Velen and Shen, hell, all of the people working within the XCOM HQ. I always saw them as a family. And because of that, it'll hurt even more to just disappear. The noises of random conversations, footsteps, technical equipment and maintenance areas seem so very distant now. Almost as if they are non-existent, never existed in the first place. Perhaps my thoughts are simply filled to the brim with guilt, anger and sorrow, drowning out everything else. But how is a man supposed to talk, knowing that the world is going to end very, very soon? I have no idea. I know that it is inevitable. Should I put more emotion into these recordings? Should I go all out? Or does it not even matter, considering that nobody is probably ever gonna stumble upon these recordings? Am I just trying to kill the remaining time off? It has only been a few hours ever since the Sky Ranger returned. But the changes are noticeable, very much so. The flying fish is gone forever. They are all gone. All of them. I wonder, what did they really think of their commander? Did they respect me or hate me? Did they think that I was capable? Would they be able to just travel back in time and leave me behind? Would they do it without caring? Would they try to stay? Would they try to refuse? What would they tell me to do now? Would they urge me to go? Would they look down on me for what I've done?
So many questions.
And all without meaning. Well, the death of our flying friend successfully lured the alien forces away from Europe. At least his sacrifice was not in vain. However, their UFOs, especially the huge ones, are fast. Soon they'll return to finish the job. They are well aware of the fact that XCOM has fallen. Oh well. I suppose I need to catch just a little bit of rest. We shall see, once I wake up, whether there's still a chance to save mankind or not. End of log. Personal audio log of MisterTSC, dated July 26th still, 2015, entry 02. I've only slept for a couple of hours, but while that went down, time suddenly started to fly by like a violent storm outside. Literally. A large number of new vortexes have appeared all over the globe. Apparently my assumption was quite correct, which is unfortunate to say the very least. The invaders know that we are broken beyond belief. They know fully, and are no longer holding back. By now them news are full of destruction, humans dying, streets burning and cities falling. It's a miracle that those news reporters out there are still able to capture such footage without suffering a horrible fate. Back in the days, you would have never gotten away with showing that kind of stuff to the public. Corpses, rotting cadavers, torn off limbs, the list goes on. Good lord. Bradford already handed me a rather worrying report regarding the aliens' increased activity. If they continue to wreak havoc at such a rapid rate, Earth could fall within a week, before August begins even. Far less time than I had hoped for. Of course, I already informed Dr. Valen and Shen. Sadly, it ain't exactly easy to speed up the production of a time travel device, one this planet never had to manufacture before. The whole process is complicated, and I know little to nothing about it all. How would I know anything about that kind of stuff? Can only listen and observe. A scientist gave me the basic rundown earlier. They are going to, as far as I could follow, melt all of our gathered Illyrium, force it somehow into a new kind of unique density with special properties by abusing a variety of prototypes as well as extraterrestrial technologies. Freaking hell. The result, in the theory, will be a special kind of particle that, if accelerated enough, should open up a time rift leading to all kinds of places. It certainly sounds like a whole bunch of BS to me. But those words are coming from a man who has fought alien life forms and brought down their former leader, a giant brain. Who the fuck cares if the science is just made up on the fly? I'll be happy as long as it works. Even though we do not yet have a proper method of tracking down the exact moment in time I'll want to return to once the rift opens. That is certainly a problem. But for now, all I can do is wait until the apparatus is operational. End of log. Personal audio log of MisterTSC. Dated July 26th, 2015, entry 03. The day is slowly but surely coming to an end, which is quite amazing. Felt like a bloody eternity to me. It is not a very pleasant feeling, not at all. Watching the monitors of the base, observing how our satellites are slowly disappearing off the map without a trace, one after the other. Only God knows what the heck is going on out there right now. It's been difficult trying to establish contact with the Council. Every frequency, signal, or channel has gone dead. Thankfully, the XCOM HQ has its own power generators, especially that thermo beast is keeping our lights on active duty. Money well spent. This is only my third entry, and I already feel like there's no point to it all. I already find it difficult to go on talking. What else is there to confess? Confess. Yeah, certainly feels like it. Just because I might gain the chance to survive does not mean that I don't feel scared out of my mind. The scientists and engineers are still working hard, every second of every minute of every hour, hoping to create XCOM's first and own personal Deus Ex Machina. They are making progress, alright, and I need to believe. Soon I'll head to bed for real, and who knows if I'll ever get that chance again. Perhaps I wake up tomorrow morning, only to gaze upon mutants and the like slaughtering my family. It is always a possibility. Which is why every human being by now within the facility, even the damn janitor, has been given a firearm and set of armor. Better safe than sorry. Here's hoping that we'll soon be able to re-establish our communications. End of log. Personal audio log of... you know what? Fuck it. Audio log entry number 04 July 27th. How to start this one off? Well, I survived the night. We all did. A big surprise, really. The base is still as safe and sound as ever. Sadly, the same thing doesn't apply for our security network. By now, time's about, I think, 3 PM, clock's being kinda wonky. All of our satellites have been taken out. Yes, all of them. Communications are still dead as well. To make a long story short, we are cut off from the outside world. That everyone's feeling scared out of their minds would be the understatement of the century. I knew this kinda scenario would occur sooner or later. It is not even possible anymore to open up the hangar hatches. Too much of a risk. Skies could be home to a massive armada of UFOs, and we don't have the defenses to take them all out. How amusing would that be? Just open up the hatches, shoot down one after the other? No. That is a dream situation, one that won't occur ever again. Thankfully, not all hope is lost. Dr. Shen managed to work his way around several existing issues, which were preventing the device from getting finished. A prototype, believe it or not, is standing within the engineering bay a few levels below right now. But that was only the first step. Next, we need that unique type of Illyrium to give it a purpose. Problem is that our Illyrium is, unlike during the First War, very limited. Can't just throw it inside the blender and pray that something magnificent will jump out. A failure would leave us with no Illyrium and no scheme of saving the human race. Dr. Velen has, of course, already begun her tests to find something that could help us out, something that could speed up the procedure. Patience is once again necessary, until we have more. It could take days, though, and we might not even have hours. Looks like it'll be difficult to keep up the entries from now on. HQ is on full alert, and requires the full attention of its commander, as long as it still has him. But I'll try to be back as soon as possible. Yeah, I'll try to report if something important or devastating happens. End of log. Audio entry 05, July 27th. Another day is almost over, and I can't believe that we are all still alive. They either haven't found the sanctuary's exact location yet, or prefer to torch everything else first. Well, it sounds cruel, but I couldn't care less. Their loss is our gain, and we need the additional time. Dr. Valen's first few tests have proven to be surprisingly efficient. Both her and Shen had a little bit of distrust at first, when it came down to deciding which methods to use. But by now, they've become the most amazing team I've ever seen. However, not everything is going well, despite their efforts. Earlier, I took the elevator down to one of the sub-levels. Most workers are busy as hell at the moment, so I took it upon myself to handle just a couple of the cave-like maintenance areas. But while I was down there, something odd happened. Shortly after I finished some adjustments, I distinctly heard noises. Not at all machinery, but something else, coming from the walls. Went to investigate, but found nothing. I checked the work logs, and was, according to them, the only person working in that area. I don't know what to make of this. I wanted to just dismiss it as nerves at first. But then an hour or two later, Bradford informed me that the reports of some of the technicians down there are long overdue. We can't send anyone right now, but where are they? This is freaking me out. I got a bad feeling about all this, alright. I instructed Bradford to increase security just a little around the very entrance of the mines/caves, whatever you want to call them. Something sinister is afoot here, and I don't like surprises like that. End of log. Audio entry 06 July 28th. This is my first entry of a new day, once again. And I have the strange suspicion that the alien invaders are not at all trying to locate the Neo Sanctuary's entrance. Rather, they are slowly breaking apart our minds, little by little. And where do I take that assumption from? Well, working underground has always been a little spooky, especially now since we are no doubt the last stronghold of humanity. Those extraterrestrial bastards are aware of it, the pressure and tension we are facing, so they decided to lend a hand. I've been hearing an alarming number of reports on some unexplainable things, people vanishing, strange power fluctuations, and of course, those noises. Others have heard them as well, by now. The people down in the caves are truly frightened, having their lights flicker constantly, as well as losing power for several minutes at a time, darkness accompanied by distant sounds. It wasn't just my imagination, and I'd hate to go down there again for sure. Everyone has already started to call them the Haunted Caverns. I am doing my best to keep people on track. Soon the month will be over. Both Shen and Valen are about to discover their ultimate breakthrough, so I've been told at least. It's crazy, seeing them descend deeper and deeper into the secrets and mysteries of this prototype, not wasting a single second on anything else. They may not be soldiers, but their work represents a desire to save all mankind, which makes them equally as special as every single soul who died over the course of this long war. Yeah. I'll head over to medical now. One of the lost workers has been found at last, but I am not at all feeling enthusiastic about it. I am feeling more scared than anything else. We are about to question him, though, since he seems stable enough. Sure, I'm looking forward to some answers. End of log. Entry 07, July 28th. God damn it. They told me to rest and not make any more entries for the time being. But I just have to. It keeps my sanity alive. Christ. I knew that something was gonna happen eventually. The deep cut within my right arm is proof to that. Fuck. But it's alright. Should really stop moving it so much. Here we go. According to one of the medics, the lost worker was calm and exhibited no signs of disorder when he was found and brought up here. I should have been smarter than that. When I entered the room, he lunged at me with a scalpel he apparently stole from a supply drawer. Bradford and other personnel managed to subdue him, but not before he managed to plunge that tool deep into my arm, tearing it open with inhuman strength. Jesus. They couldn't sedate him, though. He almost immediately broke free and attacked Dr. Valen next. Security had no other choice but to execute him on the spot. But before he died, his eyes began to glow with a strange light. He looked at me and said, "Another failure. You disappoint us, mankind." What did he mean? I'll survive this. But my theory was correct. They are somehow infiltrating our base, messing around with personnel and machinery. It is only a matter of time before they decide to strike for real. Who knows how many more are there lurking about within the caverns, already taken over. I can't keep this up. I do need rest after all. End of log. Personal audio log of Commander TSC. Entry 08, July 29th. I am nervous. Yeah. To start this off, let's just say that I am feeling very nervous. My arm's healing quite fast, thanks to our advanced medical research. It sure helped us out a lot to study the alien life forms, no doubt about it, but I can hardly feel calm right now. We sent a team of about 8 competent individuals into the lower levels. I wanted them to locate the source of all these strange, almost supernatural events, as well as hunt down any workers under alien mind control. Turns out, it was a big mistake. After about only 1 hour, we lost contact with the entire team. Just like that. Innocent man and woman, gone. At least within my own sanctuary, I wanted to protect the people as good as possible. But that doesn't matter anymore now, I guess. I can imagine that they are not dead, but rather changed sides. Bradford already gave the order to seal off every entrance leading into the caverns. Problem with that is, well, our thermal generator is located down there. I fear that they won't spare it in any way. And if we lose all of our power, I really don't want to think about it. It is a worst-case scenario we've got no answer for. All I can do now is wait. For it all depends on Dr. Valance and Shen's efforts. We have the prototype, and it was combined with another prototype today. Yes, it is the Illyrium particle, the spark that'll light the path to the past. Chances are that the machine will either not do a damn thing, explode outright, or create all sorts of lethal anomalies. But hey, it's worth a shot, is it not? If only we had more time. Time to figure out what the aliens are truly after. Whether the Council is still alive or not. Another failure, he said. Why? Because we failed to survive? I wonder. Had I not killed the hive mind so long ago on Mars, followed its advice instead, could all of this have been avoided? What am I thinking? They desire to kill us. Nothing more. End of log. Audio log entry 09, July 30th. Just when I thought our current situation couldn't get much worse, it did. After every single entrance to the caverns had been sealed off, we sent another group of people through the central access elevator down into the lower levels, just to collect a few important materials and the like. During that time, our scientists made a first attempt to fire up the prototype without burning too much Illyrium. And why? Because we finally, well, they finally figured out a way how to send me back to the proper day in the past, all controlled by machines I understand nothing from nothing about. Turns out, the power requirements for this machine are astronomical. The sanctuary immediately went dark for, I don't know, 5, maybe 10 minutes. But that wasn't the end of it. After our generators went back online, there was a massive system failure, frying some of our equipment throughout the entire base. Sure, caused a lot of confusion. And, well, it also caused the central access elevator to malfunction. That's right. We can't use it anymore. Neither can the people we sent down there. Radio transmissions to their party have gone unanswered ever since the incident. Even our tracking systems can't locate their signatures. We fear the worst, to say the least. This is just a never-ending nightmare. Other than my growing insanity, I've got less and less to report each day. Will there be a council report tomorrow? Probably not. At least the incident allowed Dr. Velen and Chen to fine-tune the prototype more. Any progress is good progress by now, even if it comes at a tough price. Technically, we've got everything we need. The machine, time circuits, Elerium. The only thing I still need is the will and determination to see it through. According to Dr. Velen, I should, upon entering the past, in the theory, fuse together with my former self, but keep all the knowledge and memories of the future inside my mind. Like overwriting a file, really, in layman's terms. But from that moment on, everything will be new. My very actions will create a new timeline, erasing the old one. Oh dear. Just what have I gotten myself into? Sounds so very simplistic. I do hope that there are no actual gods or deities out there feeling upset that I decided to disobey the law of time itself. It's insane. Such power. I am certain it was never meant for a mere human being like me. Traveling back in time. Fiction often speaks about how it can screw up absolutely everything. A time paradox, or worse. Well, I always like to imagine that time is a basic concept. There's just one timeline, and nobody is meant to travel back. But if you actually travel back, you change everything from that moment on. You create a new future, but that's it. Just one new timeline that changes. Of course, it would be a chaos incarnate if everyone could do such a thing, but that's just it. Nobody is able to do it. Nobody ever discovered possibilities to invent time travel. But we did. Yes, we certainly did. Abusing the Elerium. I am sure that not even the alien invaders know what their precious Elerium is capable of. But human thinking as well as technology created the largest breakthrough in the history of ever. And I am going to be the first test candidate. End of log. Personal audio log of Commander TSC, entry number 10, 31st of July. This is it. The end of the month has arrived at long last, and XCOM is finished. more so than it already was. Officially, even. All thanks to the Council. Yes, the Council. I am so not making this shit up. They are still alive. Contacted the sanctuary out of nowhere this morning, without anybody expecting it. The pleasure was, however, short-lived.
The inability of this project to maintain the support of several crucial council members has greatly reduced the effectiveness of both entities. This entire undertaking was the product of an ill-conceived plan, a series of simple misunderstandings met with an overzealous response. We believe the best course of action now is to cooperate with the aliens for the betterment of all mankind. We are of one mind about this. The path ahead is clear.
That's right. They pretty much gave us the biggest fuck you imaginable. I can still scarcely believe it. I just didn't want to give up hope. I wanted to believe that they would contact the Neo Sanctuary out of nowhere, telling us that somehow everything is alright. And yes, they did appear out of nowhere. And oh, did they give us a message. Cooperate with the aliens? Seriously? I've heard that bullshit before, years ago. But thought that the government had learned its lesson. Apparently I was once a fool. This course of action just can't be natural. I refuse to accept it. No doubt the aliens have something to do with it. I am certain of that. Why else would the Council suddenly show itself after days of silence? No question about it. The aliens are behind this sinister scheme. And it truly is all up to us now. This is the personal audio log of Commander TSC. Entry 11. 1st of August 2015. It's all over. This is going to be my final entry, for time is short. They have breached the Neo Sanctuary, both from the caverns as well as through the hangar hatches. Right now, as I am speaking, aliens continue to swarm into the facility, killing everything inside. I am standing within a sealed-off chamber, and in front of me sits the glorious achievement of combined human as well as alien technology. Created by Dr. Shen and Dr. Valen. If only they could be with me now. But I am the only one who escaped the initial attack. God damn it. The entire science lab just exploded right after they gave me all the necessary instructions. I could only run away from the burning inferno. couldn't save him. I couldn't save a single soul. Not even Bradford. He stayed behind to hold them off. He even told me that he felt proud to have had me as his commander up until now. I knew that it wasn't possible in the first place to save anyone but me, but still. It is a strange feeling, witnessing the end of the world all around. I know that I should not waste any time, that I shouldn't just stand here recording my thoughts for the dead. But it cannot be helped. This is my way of saying goodbye to everyone I ever knew. What? Who's there?
We can sense your presence. You are the only one left. It is a pointless endeavor to delay the inevitable. The time has come at long last. Join
Right. Join you? I am really sorry. Please accept this humble apology, but I am willing to decline that offer. Bradford, Dr. Shen, and Valen, all of mankind, my trustworthy, loyal, honorable soldiers. Everyone, we have come this far. Yes, we failed, but not without creating a device so powerful that it could deliver victory after all, even if it needs to occur within a different timeline altogether. But this war is not over, no. I shall learn from my mistakes, and I will save the human race. I will save our blue planet, rid it of the alien invaders once and for all. You tried to persuade me in the past. You are trying to persuade me now, but it won't work. I know what you're after, our precious existences. But you can't have them. You shall never truly have them. It is time to fire up this hunk of junk. Ladies and gentlemen, one and all, humble members of the TSC family, whether you are a long-time follower of this very channel or simply a newcomer, this is your host, TheShadowCookie speaking, and I'd like to thank you all personally so very much for watching. Yes, indeed, you have been watching Let's Play XCOM Enemy Unknown 2012. The first playthrough, and yes, it certainly did end in failure, but I have learned my lesson, learned from my mistakes. This is only the beginning. Will Commander TSC be able to successfully return to the past? Will he use all of his gained knowledge to improve the survival of XCOM? Are those vile creatures of space finally going to meet their makers? You can find all that and more, probably very soon already. Same XCOM channel, same XCOM entertainment. I shall see you all then. Commander TSC, signing out for now.